Yeah, absolutely. Ah, spicy. All right, let's start us up. Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. If you're on the East Coast, almost Friday. We have a fantastic NGS match lined up for you this evening. But before we even get there, the man himself, Weenus, is joining me this evening. Weenus, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing well, except for we did discover in the pre-match here that when you and I combined our powers, we tend to break the internet. So hopefully we can get through this spicy matchup here tonight without any interruptions of the internet.
Oh, super spicy. I love it.
Ah, spicy.
Oh, spicy. Play that clip all the time now.
But as for everyone out here at home watching these two teams, we do have Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights is taking on one of my favorite names is Puns Upon a Time.
Yes, and I'm going to see what I can do to come up with some puns. They'll probably be terrible, so cover your ears for those. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, I have faith. So right before we jump in here, it looks like these teams are getting sorted out here. Going to jump over here to the map ban screen. And so Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights was the home team. They won the coin flip. They opted for map pick. So we ended up choosing Towers of Doom, but not before banning Battlefield of Eternity and Dragonshire. And then Puns Upon a Time went ahead and banned the new flavor of this month, NGS season, Garden of Terror, and that Spider Butts map. Tomb of the Spider Queen, out of here.
Yeah, and kind of interesting. When you win the coin flip, usually you see first hero pick, but a little bit of a reversal of that tonight. So we'll see if that has any consequences for game number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have a map strategy that works out for you, I definitely think the play is to take map pick if you're comfortable on rotations or a team comp that you want to run. But Towers of Doom. I mean, this is usually the comeback map. Usually you get you take this particular map if you're trying to reverse sweep, but not a bad one, I guess, if to start out with.
Yeah, fight to the bitter end on Towers of Doom. You're down 20 shots. Who cares? Like, let's go. Like, fight to the last breath, and you might just turn that mother liquor around.
You sure might. I said you're talking about 20 shots. That just sounds good to me. Like, that just sounds like a normal Friday
after
night.
20 shots, I can't turn myself around. I'm on the ground. I've fallen over. It's happened. Hot shots.
Oh man, yeah. Unfortunately, I said I missed the last rendition of Hot Shots. So hopefully next time I can jump on there. I do have to repay my debt to poor Weenus, my whole family knows about it. So they came over. So we recently moved. Oop, bumped my mic there. But we recently moved into a new house, and it came with me, or it was delivered here. It was so everyone at home. I lost a fantasy football bet to Weenus, and I have to do the hot chip challenge. And I will be doing that on stream. I will repay my debt. But everyone in my family saw the chip. They wanted to know what it was. And none of them know what Twitch is, but they are all interested and want me to tell them when that is going on and provide them a link so they can watch me eat the chip challenge.
Oh, when it happens, it's going to be definitely very, very
spicy.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Slexy in the chat. Hello, Tiger. Hello. Welcome. Glad to see you, friends, here in the chat. Thanks for being here. But we're just waiting on these teams. Looks like Puns Upon a Time is ready. So casters are ready.
So, yeah, we're going to pop in there and see what comes out of these towers. It's probably Doom. I think Doom comes out of these towers, and that's about it.
Well, be careful. It might go off in your hair. But so Towers of Doom. Like, what if you're drafting Weenus? What do you like on this particular map?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think it kind of depends. Like, I like seeing, like 1-4, so you can get someone who's going to dual soak the top and the mid, and that kind of lets the 4-man in the bottom do more camps, have a little bit more siege push and things like that. And if that's the case, you want to try to find some kind of comp that can gank that solo laner that's trying to dual soak.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of a strategy and a mind game. So I like watching the draft because if you pick someone like Leoric, who's going to be doing the double soaking, very hard to gank. So you have to kind of figure out how to counter draft around a few different kinds of picks.
Yeah, absolutely. But to your point, that makes the double soaking. So that's where all your wave clear really needs to be, is in your offlaner. You can hard push. Like, I like grabbing camp clear, and which usually translates into siege, and just hard pushing any chance you can get. So pick comps tend to favor in the bot lane here. If we have a Kel'Thuzad player, any of those good mages that want to stack, or any of those heroes that want to stack in the bot lane, along the lines of Praxis Holdout or Battlefield of Eternity. But here we are. Looks like we're going to be maybe jumping right in here.
Yeah, I think both teams are ready, and who knows? They could have even pushed the button 5 seconds ago. Oh!
All right, Majesty.
Towers of Doom. Could you imagine if we did like a stupid laugh after that? It's like, Towers of Doom.
Like a clown. like Krusty the Clown.
Oh, I mean, that would be really scary. Like, just a whole bunch of like, if they had a clown level, that would be. I'd have to uninstall.
Yeah, that's...
Or only pick that map. Just like someone's on the team, they're afraid of clowns. Like,
only
it's
clowns.
Just not fair.
Just a team of only clowns.
A strategy of fear.
You just win because you're just afraid. You can't push buttons.
That's right. Do you see Uther first ban? So
that'll be a target ban, I believe, at least on to Chair Glue. Been playing a really good Uther this season so far. Chromie is going to get banned. I would assume that's a target ban, but Chromie is just all around good in the current meta. Can poke and stall for days on that objective. So like that ban coming out from Team Rainbow Stroke Go.
Senseljean says, go TRSG Knights.
Yeah, solid puns in the chat from Majesty. Tiger, thank you for the bits, my friend. Glad you're here. So, got a bunch of people here rooting for either team.
69 bits? That's the wrong number.
He rounded up. I appreciate it. But out comes the Li Ming ban. So, really targeting the mage player for the side of Puns Upon a Time. And with tasks that are down, that leaves the pool awfully low. But we will see that first pick of the Tychus.
It's about damn time. I like his line. I am a bad, bad man. Muffin Man's gonna be a bad, bad Muffin Man on that Tychus. According to the bans, you have to have like a gold collar in the portrait, and that's where we're gonna see the Tassadar, the Uther, and the Chromie all kind of making similar fashion choices.
Yep, absolutely. So we do see the first pick of the Kael'thas and pairing that with a Lucio. So we will have some quick rotations coming out from the side of TRSG Knights. But then we go see the Mei and the Sylvanas pickup here. I like this pickup a lot. It looks like Once Upon a Time wants to run the comp that you and I were talking about. We have Tychus with the Odin, and then Sylvanas with the Black Arrow is going to be able to push down those buildings whenever they see fit. And then Mei, depending on the talents, can actually shut down towers as well.
We may be doing a radio draft right now. There might be an issue with the game capture.
Let me double check this.
Looking for a game to capture. We're getting some reports from Chatteroony. I wasn't sure if it was on my end or what, but we can look into that. We'll try to get that up to you guys as fast as possible. But in the meantime, what's happening? We have Sylvanas picked up by Pet Wolverine, as well as Juggarob picking up Mei.
Not sure. Did that pop back up? It was still toggled on auto, so I have no idea why that wasn't getting picked up. But it looks like it's picking up on my end in slobs.
It probably will. After the delay, I'll be able to see it too. But
Okay.
Hopefully it is. We do have...
Please let me know. That's strange.
A new Barak band, as well as Leoric. And here comes the bad guy. It's Zul'Jini.
So, yeah, Zul'Jin is going to get picked up. We'll be able to kind of shred that Mei. I like that pickup there. And then Sonya. So she can work well in the 4-man as well, or just double soak. So Sonya will be able to double soak pretty well. We could see a Zul, but at the same time, Sonya does not. Okay, looks like that's up. Good to go. Sorry about that, everybody. Don't know what happened there. Just slobs being just the wonderful piece of software that it is. If it's not, automatically disconnecting my microphone, it's deselecting, even though it's labeled as auto. So no idea what's going on there.
Stay a while and
So there we go. We do see Lulu on that Deckard.
Barbara picking up the Malthael. Do you think we'll see Sonya versus Malthael doing the double soak technique?
I think that will be the play. They are very squishy on the side of Once Upon a Time, so they may have to wait for the engage, because if Mei engages, Malthael's going to want to engage as well, and then I don't know. I'm going to leave Sonya.
Married because they're all engaged, right?
They are engaged. Yes, there will be merriment. The puns are alive. The puns are alive and well here. So taking a look at these two drafts here, Weenus, do you favor one or the other?
Let's see here. I think I prefer TRSG Knights comp. It's a little bit more traditional, and I think it might be sometimes it's hard for Mei to peel for your team, and like you said, they're a little bit squishy. But I think I like both drafts here. I think I favor TRSG Knights, but I think they're both beautiful drafts.
All right. Well, we will find out as we come in here into the game. Pop right into this loadout. We do see Tiger saying Malthael to counter the Sonya. I do like that, depending on her build. But again, if she goes leap, like Deckard's very immobile, as well as Tychus. So, but Tychus actually kind of chunks Sonya as well with that trait.
Absolutely, yeah. Tychus can get some chunks in for sure.
Those chunks, because she's not able to out heal the damage, the percent base damage that he can do onto her. But as we rotate into the draft here on the left-hand side for Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights, we have Thana on the Sonya, Hallan Knight on the Zul'Jin, Selim on Johanna, Cherglue on Lucio, and Pink Blackout on Kael'thas. And who do we have on the right side?
On the right-hand side, we have Baba playing Malthael, Lulu playing Deckard Cain, Pet Wolverine playing Sylvanas, Juggarob on Mei, and Muffin Man bringing the bullets on Tychus.
Alrighty, and Double Damn in the chat. Hello, Double. The sexy bromance is alive and well here. So we do see the quick Sylvanas Shees. They need to be careful because they do rotate down here. Cherglue doing a great job of peeling Juggarob off there on slowing that down. Going to get about half that wall and half the gate, or about a quarter of the gate there. So nice job from the side of Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, that Shees darily gets some damage there on the bottom. But it does set up the bottom lane, which is very important on this map. That's where you got all the sappers ready to do their pumpkin things.
All right, but I will mention a little late on the rotation is going to be the mouthfeel there. Kael'thas did stay mid to catch that soak.
Barber in a little bit of trouble mid, getting booped back. Can they make it to the gate? No, they cannot, and that's going to be first blood going over to TRSG Knights. Nice rotation there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Malthael can get ganked. Let's take a look at the level 1 talents here. He did go on a Pale Horse, so not going to be able to kind of phase out and rotate on those ganks. But fortunately for him, Johanna is not necessarily the gank tank type, but need to be careful with that Lucio, though. But
yeah,
pings are coming out.
I think Barber was cutting it a little bit too close there. That's your free pun.
All
Don't
right.
laugh, it'll encourage me.
I love it. Out comes the ice block from the May to top herself off. We'll get out of there. We do see sappers pushing into each other here, so we do see the Knights stepping up to make quick work and clear this and try and push theirs on to the other side. But Sylvanas is here. She should be able to use black arrows if she sees fit to shut off these sappers. It does work. But Juggerab does go in. Out comes the Scroll of Sealing from the Decker. Not going to be able to connect with anybody there. And then Hollow Knight is just stacking on whoever she sees fit. We do see 2 sappers are going to get run in there. So that will be half the wall there for the side of the TRSG Knights. But we do see the stun going to come out. Hollow Knight finds herself awfully low. Does get out of there with her own life. But so does Muffin Man and Lulu.
My goodness. Yeah, so low on the side of Once Upon a Time, and you know, great siege push by TRSG Knights. They've got a lot more than the cheese at the very beginning, and you know, it's hard to push into KT.
It is. The wave clear, yeah, the wave clear on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go is far better, at least until 4 here. Sylvanas did go Merc Queen, so she didn't go dagger build, so the camp clear, I'm sorry, the wave clear will be roughly about the same here on the side. But I mean, if they get picks, we will be able to see what this camp wants to do, especially post level 10. That's when this team comp comes online.
When you push into KT, sometimes you get burned.
Well, props to KT for not going convection stacks, but in comes Juggerab looking to jump on that backline. Will have to pop his ice block again to keep himself alive. Great body blocks coming out from Selim there, and they will get the pick on to the May there. And great job. We do see up here, we do see Thana going to rotate over onto Barber here to try and delay this cap. She is spinning to win here. She did opt for slam build, so we'll be able to pump out a crazy amount of damage. But we do have actually throwing shade, so it didn't even go the trading talent at 4 is Barber. But in comes Pat Wolverine. Now he does not have mana though, but does bully off Thana there a little bit. So we may see a counter.
There it is. I think, yeah, here comes the rest of TRSG Knights, and they're going up to get this channel here, and I think it's going to be a little bit too spooky for Once Upon a Time to go in there and try and challenge that. So they are going to get the advantage of 4 shots, but we have a lot of core health to go, so excited to see where that ends up.
All right, 36-32. 7 is now online for the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. We do see Kael'thas going to go ahead and start building into the Living Bomb build. Going to get a lot of damage out there on these small choke points. But looking at the invade here, in comes Selim, going to hit a 2-man condemn. We do see Pet Wolverine going to blink in behind the wall, does get the gravity lapse. Juggerab standing on the point, trying to defend it. They are going to get blound and pushed back. Juggerab doing a great job disengaging that team, but awfully low. We do see some poke damage coming out from Howlin' Knight, but oh, it is going to get contested. Out comes the Blizzard to try and disengage that 4-man condemn coming out from the side of Selim, and down goes Tychus there in the backline. They do get the camp though, but at what cost? Barber does rotate in on this one to pressure back, and we do see Lulu. We may get a pause here. Yep, there we go. And jumping back to us, looks with a DC.
Yeah, it could be really dangerous, you know, tighting in those fighty holes, fighting in those tiny, you know, little choke points there against KT, because you, especially if you're going for a point too, because the enemy team knows where you're going to claim the camp, and then if you set them on fire, then they have to make a decision, like, do we stick together to stay on this point, or do we spread out? What's going to happen? And so causing a lot of chaos in the back line is you know, it's something that KT excels at on choke points, so something to watch for.
And I did see Sense in the chat say the Condemn is going to be able to group them all together for that Living Bomb spread, and then, you know, Tychus, to the point, like, is going to have trouble with the Johanna for the blinds, as well as, like, he already has a short range, and then he's already up there dealing with everything else there. So it kind of puts him in a strange position. But looks like we had a DC here. Sexy Exy with the raid. Thank you, friend. Hope your cast went well. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, a good time here. About just under 5 minutes into the game number 1 between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Punce Upon a Time.
Slight pause for now, but Lulu's cats attacked her router, and so now she needs to plug it back in, and then give those little frisky kitties a stern talking to.
Those frisky kitties.
Yeah.
There it is. Deep cuts. So we're talking about squirrels and sharks eating internet cables, but we all know it's Lulu. It's NGS's favorite cat girl. But taking a look here,
I didn't know we had titles like that. What other titles do we have?
Well, she has all the titles, doesn't she? Though, like she owns.
Oh yeah, she does. She owns a whole bunch of teams.
Yeah.
Somehow, I'm not sure exactly how that was acquired, but is this the next Shadow Master of NGS, like running all the teams in the shadows, in the darkness? Maybe.
That is true. All right, so let's jump over here. I will jump back into the game, and I'll hit that beautiful tab button, and we can take a peek here at some of the talents as we are sitting, waiting here for some of this stuff. So, like I said, we do see Sonya going ahead to go on that Slam build. Typical build here at the moment for all Sonya players. Howlin' Knight, we're going to go on the stack watch here. So 6 stacks already on that U1X. She did go Headhunter, so opting to not go either trait or Q-Quest. So pretty standard, just regular Zul'jin build. May opt for the percent base damage at 16. Johanna is going to opt for, that's different also, the Laws of Hope instead of the trait to get that extra cooldown reduction on the Unstoppable.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. If they can fight longer, kind of drawn out fights, going to be able to get some value out of that one over kind of like a quick blow up, situation where you want to be unstoppable because you got to get in there to the back line and get the kills. So that'll be interesting.
All right. So, okay, just continue to take a peek here. The rest of the builds look pretty standard. May did go Slush Ball at 4, so she will be able to shut down towers as well. And then Grenade build. So, yeah, so it's pretty standard talents across the board here. We do have the slow, the shielding potion for all of the auto attacks coming out from the Zul'jin. I like that talent a lot at level 4 for Lulu there.
I like that. So the Master Assassin talent picked up by Tychus is going to be something interesting to look at. You got to get 15 takedowns to get that extra bonus attack speed, but it's not a completely failed talent if you don't get those kills, because it does give you that 10% increase automatically right off the bat. So it still gives value before completion. That sounded weird, but yeah, I'd be interested to see if they do get those 15 takedowns after that talent has been picked up.
All right, so she's reconnecting the game. She's back in Discord, so that is a good thing. So we should get pretty, or started here pretty directly, but hopefully everyone at home is enjoying the game so far. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely evening. Hopefully plans for the weekend. I know up here in the Northeast it's supposed to warm up again. We got teased a little bit with some early spring weather, some nice 70s, and then it dropped down to snowing and 30 degrees like it always does. So we get a little bit of that false hope.
Right. You're like, am I building a snowman today, or is it nude sunbathing in the backyard?
Oh.
Sometimes both.
Yeah, I do both. I nude bathe with my snowman.
Wow. Did you name it Olaf?
Do you want to build a snowman?
I didn't before. I do now.
Little frosty out there. But all right, so it looks like Lulu is back. We should get a countdown here pretty directly. I'm sorry for everybody in the chat. Me and Weenus are professionals, I promise.
I am not. I cheated on the exam, and I basically was looking at Dax's notes during the test. So I feel like it's been long enough to where I can't be prosecuted against it. But who knows? We'll see.
Who knows indeed. All right, we get the countdown here as we step in. So taking a look here, we do see 4 members of TRSG Knights sitting down here in the bot lane. Pet Wolverine should be okay. Not sure if she still has E up. But the rest of the team is going to rotate in here to defend their bottom bell tower.
What an interesting countdown this is.
Go on. Won't let me unpause the game. There we go. Joke's on you.
Don't let me unpause. Unpause.
All right. So there we go. So in comes the Blizzard from the Meg, going to be able to zone. She was going to dive in there, but just hit that icing button a little too quick there to cancel that. I like that. But in comes the Sappers, putting that bell tower at half health.
Yeah, so getting the Sappers in, but then deciding to back off. They are close to 10 on the side of TRSG Knights, so they want to pick that up before they do a major engage because it will give them a big advantage. You just need to soak it. Sonya's coming down to mid to get that soak there, and that'll put them pretty close, but not quite there for this altar to spawn.
Alrighty, and we have Eric coming in with the raid, and Jinxie as well. Welcome, friends. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully your casts went well. Hopefully the games were exciting. Hope to catch those VODs after this particular game, but you are just in time 10s, just online for both of these teams here in game number 1. But I do like that call not to engage on that team fight, just let it go. 10's not online yet for the side of Puns Upon a Time.
Chair glue just glued to that channel.
He
have
is.
To call him Elmer's from now on. Do you think it's super glue, or do you think it's just like glue sticks? What kind of chair glue are we talking about?
You know what? Is it like wood glue? Like I would assume most chairs are made of wood. So
maybe like Gorilla Glue, like that stuff.
I'm cool. Yeah, like I'm all for Gorilla Glue. All right, so pings are going to come out here. We do see the push still towards the bottom bell tower from the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. The wave clear is out. 10's now online, so any sort of push and engage that they did want will be thwarted on the side of TRSG Knights. But Juggarob is relentless. The chase is on. Needs to be careful in this bush. They're going to fight into KT. The outcomes of Condemned pings are going to come out. Out comes the Blessed Shield, but the silence does come out. But Stay a While, Listen come out, connecting onto 3 members. In comes Juggarob to get on the other side of Chair Glue. Out comes the beat drop from the Lucio to disengage this, and then out comes the Avalanche to disengage the remaining 3 members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Pink Blackout will escape with their life there, and wow, what a team fight! Just a 1-for-0 trade there in favor of TRSG Knights, but it could have been far worse.
Excellent Avalanche. Not being able to follow up on it, but definitely provided the peel for the team and kind of a reset for Puns Upon a Time.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pet Wolverine does throw out the Shade to blink out, but we do see a full-on invade coming out from the side of TRSG Knights here. So they will have to try and find a different rotation. Out comes the Gravity Lapse onto Juggarob. The Boop is there as well to disengage. He will icing the way out. Out pops Odin here from Muffin Man. Out comes the leap onto the backline. Sonya is spinning to win. Muffin Man is off the Fauna is not done, looking to get that kill. That's at 300 health. Juggarob does eat all of that Pyroblast, but do they get the cancel out? No, they do not get the cancel on that channel, so we will most likely see both shots going over to the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go.
Juggarob was robbed of their life with that Pyroblast. Here we go. Here's 4 more shots going over to TRSG Knights, and maybe a boss play as the pings come out to assist on it. Nope.
A little bit spooky. The boot back on the Barber. This is going to try and live. Does pop the ultimate there, but unfortunately not enough damage and or Qs to go ahead and live. So like they do get the pick, and now is the 13's online and man advantage. They do opt to just go ahead and take this boss. So that will be another 4 shots going over onto the core of Puns Upon a Time. Going to put this at 36-16.
Barber shaving it a little bit too close there, but doing it so in style.
All right, but I do like this call here from Puns Upon a Time. They do give boss, but they are going to try and take this, but a little slow on this. In comes Team Rainbow Strike Go. The channel is started. No one is going to step up, so they may give their lives for this. Muffin Man does eat the Gravity Lapse, and down they go. Lulu hitting that. Another amazing Stay a While and Listen, but down goes Zul'jin. Selim is running away. Barber is in back on this fight, and down goes Johanna. Cherglu finds himself low as well. What a team fight there. They get the invade and 3 kills on the side of Once Upon a Time, and in comes Sylvanas, my favorite hero in the game, I think, outside of Kerrigan, but going to shut down this tower with the black arrows there, and we do see a momentum shift here to Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, great opening there of getting some kills. Those were their first kills, so this is a great team fight opportunity for Once Upon a Time. Really getting in there, getting some experience, getting those kills, and then getting a good setup on this next altar objective. Members from TRSG Knights spawning now, going to try to make their way out there, but this bottom tower is going to be a little bit of a barrier that TRSG Knights might not want to fight through.
Yep, so we will see 10, if it goes uncontested, 10 points. Yep, so that is 10 shots over onto the core, so that shortens that up real quick. 26-16 now. We do see TRSG Knights going to go ahead and try and recapture the bottom bell tower, but we do see Muffinman go ahead and pop Odin to get some additional siege damage coming out here to really push this wave out and back up this side of TRSG Knights.
Yeah, 26 core health, that's a magical number. Coincides with my IQ. Odin's gonna fall.
It's both of ours combined.
Right, we used to be 16, but then we got together.
Right, absolutely.
I like this defensive play by Once Upon a Time just to hold this bottom fort for now. Let the offlaners do what they're gonna do, but 16s are close for TRSG Knights, and that will give them the talent tier advantage, perhaps, because it looks like they're gonna get it first.
All right, in comes the engage. Out comes to stay a while and listen with the slat. Was a beautiful combo coming out from the side of Once Upon a Time. We do see the sound barrier going to get dropped to kind of disengage here, but Selma's going to step up, going to connect onto 2 members of Once Upon a Time, but out comes Avalanche. Pinks are coming out onto the Zul'jin, does get caught underneath the bell tower. Out comes a Blessed Shield. Taz Dingo does get popped. Pet Wolverine needs to be careful. Will eat that Pyroblast, but will not go down, and these teams are out for blood here.
Pet Wolverine surviving like the pet animal they are. Nice. Wild plays. Wild. Lulu is called the NyQuil of the Nexus for putting so many people to sleep.
Oh my goodness. Give her... Venus, you have the power. Give her that tag.
That's right. Put it in. Here
in comes the icing from Juggerab. Now he is coming back and spreading the gift of fire to his team, so he needs to be careful there. But I think they opt for this channel. I think they're going to lose the bell tower anyway. Oh my goodness, Selim is off low as well. Oh, taking a peek up here at this. Thana does leap to get the stun out onto Malthiel, but Malthiel will trade into this. But Thana is off low. In comes Juggerab, and they do get that kill onto Sonya, and then that should allow them to at least delay this one as well.
Barber trying the weave there, and it worked. Nice 1v1, and now we get to fight over this top left objective.
Absolutely, it is a fight. Yep, it is a 5v4. Odin does get popped. We are now 18-16. Once Upon a Time is closing the gap on these bell tower shots. So Selim, we're just going to forego this one. Live to fight another day. 16's now online for both teams. We do see them stepping up to clear this wave, but out comes a Blizzard. Cherglu doing that old Lucio thing, jumping from one wall to the other. Going to wall ride back to safety there, but you need to be careful. We do see Selim going to go ahead and just slow the rotation out from the team. There will be no invade on the Sapper camp. I like that heads-up play by Selim and Cherglu.
Yeah, and here we have Once Upon a Time taking the lead, I believe, for the first time, 16-14. Both teams getting closer to 0.
Absolutely,
at the
just
beginning
taking.
of the game, you see 40, and you're like, "This is going to take forever." But here we are. We're getting down there.
All right, so the Sapper camp is captured safely by the side of Once Upon a Time. Taking a look at the XP totals here. So with that death, Malthiel now 1,000 points ahead. Lulu finds herself stuck. That looks like some weird pathing on her, and she will go down. It looks like, I was going to say, it looks like she may be DC'd. Unfortunate circumstance there. Lulu is having internet problems, but let's jump back to us here, Wenas, while we get that.
Very good, very good. Yeah, it's not looking good for Lulu when Lulu says that they are back already.
Weird situation.
They're going to be going back to space probably as soon as we unpause. Here comes the countdown.
Unfortunately, she is the healer, so there is no Yeet of Faith opportunity here, or Garrosh-friendly Yeet. But down she goes. What an unfortunate circumstance. But Muffin Man is going to eat this Pyroblast. He should be okay, but no healer. So with Lulu down here, they should be able to pressure in this bottom bell tower. That is at half health. We do get the Wailing Arrow. It's going to come out connecting to all 4 members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. And just some friendly poking going on down here. Typical bar scene Friday night.
Figure up, going with the icing. It's going to get set on fire. Just trying to get some kind of engage to work on out here. Celium is going to try to back on out. Barber bopping up, trying to put out big AoE damage, but now the fight is starting to turn again. TRSG Knights are looking for the re-engage, and I think Once Upon a Time just have to leave. They're so low.
Yeah, absolutely, but Thana is here, wants that revenge onto Malthael, meets him in a bush and says, not this time. So the altar will most likely go over in favor of TRSG Knights here, but I like this heads-up play. They want this bell tower. They want the extra shots. Once Upon a Time with that last team fight there, they did get the lead there for a little bit, but this will be 5 shots in favor. So 14-11. This is still anybody's game. I see it in the chat. The suspense is killing me. It's killing the team. These teams are out for blood, but we do see Team Rainbow Strike Go heading for the boss. Nope, I thought they were looking at middle bell tower, but it will be the boss here. Just some quick caster math should put them back at, what's, 7 shots?
Yep.
Let's see if May can get in here with the avalanche.
They can get it.
Nope, does not step on it in time.
Sonya really heating up and getting all smoky like a Thana.
Ooh, man. All right, take a look back at these talents. 20's online now for the side of TRSG Knights. They will try to use this as their advantage. We do see Odin is going to get popped, so great call. Out comes the silence. We do see Howlin' Knight awfully low. Will pop the Taz Dingo. We do see the leap coming out. Juggernaut finds himself low, but Stay a While and Listen does connect onto all 5 members of TRSG Knights, but it's not enough. Down goes May as well. Barber finds himself low as well. Thana is just spinning to win in the backline here, and we'll be able to rotate top to get out of there. My goodness.
14-7, but 20's online for TRSG Knights, so they do have that talent tier advantage. They are getting a lot of kills after that last fight, and we are going to have the next altar spawning in 28 seconds before 3 members even respawn from Once Upon a Time. So I believe that's at least 5 shots you can count on going over to TRSG Knights. Maybe even more. They could end the game if they get these pumpkins in as well.
I think that's going to be the play call here. They will try and push these in. I would like to see only one person trying to channel here, and the other 4 trying to force these pumpkins. 3 members are down, and that will be the play here. So we do have Johanna going to be able to wave clear pretty quickly. And I think this is a last-ditch effort. They're going to have to fight down 20s. But like I said, if Sylvanas was here, she could stun that. But Thana does go ahead and get the leap out on to Muffin Man trying to chunk these things down. Out comes the Sylvanas using the black arrows to shut down these pumpkins. They do clear that wave. Pet Wolverine will actually live the life. I was going to give the life, but Tychus will go down as well. So they will have a prayer yet. 2 shots left on their own particular core. Barber is going to jump in there. Jugger Rob is here as well, sitting at half health, diving under the tower. Is going to lose their life.
Nice try.
But they do trade the Zul'jin there, and now 20s are online for the side of Once Upon a Time. But taking a look at their bell towers, I mean, they could look to 6-cap here. Both are sitting about half health, and they still have Sonya alive, who does an immense amount of siege damage.
I do like that last-ditch effort of diving into the back and trying to catch the enemy team in an avalanche right into your cannons at your base. It was so close to hitting too. Love to see big plays, even if they don't work out, because it's very bold.
All right, in comes that leap again. Going to go ahead and stun both members. Pet Wolverine finds himself low. Out comes the healing and the slow from Cherry Glue. Barber has the living bomb on them. Out comes that. Lulu's going to top them off with the armor, and he will live to fight the other day. But they were able to capture the little bell tower. They are pinging it. It did come online. Unfortunately, they were not able to kill it fast enough, so they do lose it, but no threat of the pumpkins here on the side of Once Upon a Time. Now, they will be all hands on deck up here on this particular channel. I do like the rotation up here. They will be able to get in position to help defend this particular one, but they need to all be here. They can't lose one of these.
A little bit split on the engage, though. TRSG Knights has split up a little bit. Thana getting low, put to sleep. The channel has begun, though. Down goes Sonya.
They need to
The
step up
channel
and
will
cancel
go
that
off.
channel. Oh my goodness, what a heartbreaker there.
It's so tough when you're fighting 4v5. You just got to do what you can. You can't defend everywhere, but GG's, well played.
Yeah, absolutely. What a heartbreaker. They were able to get that, just Lulu with those sleeps. Really oppressive. Stopped Sonya in her tracks. I believe they got the kill there. But unfortunately, just not in the position to have any sort of stall on Howlin' Knight there. So GG's, well played, as you said. Going over to Team Rainbow Strike. Go.
Spicy indeed. Spicy, spicy. Yeah, and, just looking at some of the stats here, looking at the experience gain, it's actually pretty close there between Malthael and Sonya. I was actually expecting Barber to out-soak Thana, but I think maybe those extra deaths, those ganks that happened, may have contributed to a little bit of XP loss there. But Sonya pulling out the top experience at 27, almost 28k. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of those particular maps where you kind of I don't want to say pad your stats for the NGS and Stats of the Storm, but Towers of Doom totally lends to that style. It's a lot of double soaking, and really, I think on this particular map, it's more of the support role where you're supporting your team with the experience, and hopefully get that rotational advantage on your opponent. Because if you can win the lane, if you soak more, I think you're more opt to win, I guess, per se. It's not always the case, because Towers of Doom is one of those fun, crazy maps where anything can really happen with a swing of a team fight.
Yeah, really. Also, I think some of those leaps that Thana put out there, really setting up a whole bunch of kills. Even when you think you're safe, when you're on the border of being outside of your cannon range, you feel safe. But then there's Sonya leaping out of the bushes, causing everybody to think again. Yeah, some really great plays by both teams. That was a fun game.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these teams came out to put a show on for everybody. And to your point, like, Leap is such a good talent. I like Leap, and Sonya's in such a good spot right now. Like, I don't hate the Sonya ban, but like, it's just one of those things where, like, what are you giving up in place of banning the Sonya? So I think she's first pick worthy. If you have first pick and you have a Sonya player, I think you got to take Sonya.
Indeed. I do have a question for you. I don't really play Malthael all that much, but
okay.
Last Rite seems to be what's taken almost all the time. Tell me about Tormented Souls.
So Tormented Souls you normally do see, usually when it's paired with an Ana, though, because it does count as magic damage. So at that point, you have that AoE aura around you, and it's continually ticking just dot damage. And then, like it says, when Tormented Soul is cast and then it expires, reset the cooldown of your Ray Strike. So, but you're just basically just in that bubble around you. I'm going to jump back into here, so we will lose that. So jumping over back to us. So, but that's kind of a lot of AoE damage. You kind of get the Q, and it applies your stack. So if you are jumping in the back line, you can kind of survive a little bit, but at the same time, like, the trade versus Sonya, like, usually you see the Q build on Malthael there.
I like that you're talking about the aura, and I'm gonna call it the Malthael tickle aura.
I just wanted to get a little tickle.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's doing in there. He just hops in, gets that little tickle. Maybe gets the enemy team to do some of those butt cheek clenches.
I'm really good at getting those butt cheek clenches.
Oh yeah.
But right.
So it looks like we are getting a map pick from TRSG Knights, and it's gonna be Cursed Hollow. Nice.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. I
didn't see who picked there first. I was looking at. It didn't say it wasn't showing who picked first, but good call by you.
Yes. Howlin' Knight whispered me and let me know that they picked it. So.
How dare she?
We are going to have first hero pick and ban from Puns Upon a Time.
Alrighty. So it looks like TRSG Knights wants to play those macro games. Towers of Doom, a little bit of a macro map, but this particular map will be the macro one.
Oh, sorry. I should have said it faster.
No, I guess because normally I try and jump in here and just check the draft, and you can kind of see who gets first pick.
Yes, yes. Plus, I wasn't sure if you were trying to keep it a secret. I'm not sure with the delay. Like, oh my goodness.
No,
You
it's
gotta
it's
find
okay.
out.
I got the invite, so I just jumped in right away, and then I swapped to us. So it's not a big deal. I don't try and hide things from the people in the chat. They are here just to enjoy those teams, root for their teams. Let's see, everybody taking a peek here. Mr. Stuck, that's okay. A lot of avenues to follow people in the world these days, so I am right there with you. Wono, hello, if you're still here. Glad to see you. The hunks of the NGS calendar, that is Weenus and I. Coming soon near you, NGS calendar, maybe.
Why did we lose a whole bunch of patrons? Well, we put out this calendar, and
Yeah, there was the infamous Dax 4th of July hot dog picture.
we forgot on the photo shoot day that Dax was in the back sunbathing in the snow.
That is true. It does snow up here in the frozen north in July, pending name change, lol. But appreciate your here.
I'm here to root for Dax.
Well, appreciate it. Panda Supreme, GG's, Robert, hello. I believe captain of TRSG proper in the house, here to support the sister team. I'd love to see it. Again, Jinxie and Eric with the raids there in the middle of that game, as well as Sexy Exy. Appreciate you, friends. Again, hopefully the games were good. I saw Sexy said that his games were good, but love to see it. So it looks like the Knights need a little bit of a break, pee break, drink break, whatever you need. Now is the time. That sounds like a good one to me.
It's just a seltzer water, but you know
That's okay. I can pretend. Theater of the mind.
Yes, I had a few too many drinks last night. I wasn't gonna really celebrate all that hard for St. Patrick's Day. I am Irish, but it's just in the middle of the week, and you're like, we'll go easy, just maybe 1 or 2 beers. Like 12 beers later, I'm like, oh man, how am I gonna work tomorrow?
I've done that on a Monday. Like it's just like kind of crummy day. Mondays are already terrible, and then next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. and you're like, oh, I gotta get up in 2 hours.
Yep. Getting called out, Slacker Weenus in chat. By Hunter. Very good, very good.
So yeah, I know Hunter is Howlin' Knight, and that's her Twitch handle there. So Howlin' Knight is here. Glad to see it. Glad you're here. Oh,
Howlin'
Sensei.
Knight always keeping me honest, blaming me for my Storm League play while interviewing them for winning one of these other matches, and they're not wrong. No, she's absolutely right.
All right, and Sensei Gene in the chat looking to root for TRSG. No, TRSG Knights. Jeez, tongue twister. Hello, Dax and Weenus's Robert.
The ABC, KFC, CNN, TRSG Knights, I believe is the.
Oh, that's the true. Okay, that's some Ghosts of Yavapai name. I expect. Can that be the sister team next season? KFC, CNN.
It should be.
Yeah, it should.
What's up, Robert? How you doing?
So actually, if there's anybody from CCS team out there, I did call dibs on Can't Cross Streams. I want to be my CCS team name out there, if anyone's out there. So
I love it.
Potentially new team next season. Hit me up.
Don't cross those streams.
Never cross the streams.
Whoops.
Live from the bathroom at 11.
Yeah. Toilet paper shortage.
Well, here we go again.
Still going on. Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna get a little help. Little help in here.
It was like the longest year ever. Like just certain things happened where we can still place. It was all March, but we had the toilet paper shortage, and then we had the Tiger King part, and then we just had a couple different sections of this year-long quarantine out there. We are ready. I'll let them know. We're just having a good time.
Hold on. Don't start the match.
Wait, we're talking about toilet paper shortages.
Yeah, the thing I missed the most, besides hanging out and actually seeing people, like an event kind of thing, was like Brewfests. Like those are all shut down, and
All right.
Oh, well. Hopefully soon.
For me, like I said, like the early part. So like I said, I did miss that, but then I know you and I had a conversation the other day where I really missed just like when everyone was locked down. Like some people are back to work now, but just staying up and playing Heroes of the Storm with your friends still 4 a.m. because no one was going anywhere the next day, and then just making Tiger King jokes was my favorite part of the quarantine.
Yeah. It was fun. I was playing Heroes of the Storm at all hours, and I was pretty much a vampire, playing all night, going to bed at noon.
Absolutely. All right. So jumping into my favorite part of the game here is the draft, and we do see that first ban coming out from both sides, holding true. So the Uther ban, Cheroklu will not be able to play the Uther, and there is that Chromie ban.
Sensei Gene saying, "Why not cross streams? Vampire or just water soluble?" Well, if Dax and I were streaming at the same time, we would be getting each other's way and crossing some streams.
Absolutely. I think we just became best friends. So, Kael'thas Respect Bane coming out here on the side of Puns Upon a Time, not wanting to deal with the gravity lapses, the positioning follies that Living Bomb can lead to.
I agree.
Crunchy crouton salad.
Yes, that is an excellent CCS team name, Crunchy Crouton.
We're all
salad.
CCS teams now.
That's right. What do you think is the most important part about this map?
Blah, 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 blah.
I agree, 100%.
So False Nut is still up and available, but we do see the Tychus first pick again here for Muffin Man. Going to be able to bully the front line there. But besides me just shoving off this draft, but no, to your point, I think the macro game on this particular map, but you need boss race because I think a lot of games.
Globals? Where them globals at, Dax? Show me some globals.
Big bucks, no whammies. Show me the global talent. And still nothing. So we do see. Yep. So we do see Pink Blackout going to go ahead and windmill slam that. Tassadar was banned from them in game number 1. And Halonite, like, I saw you play a good Sylvanas, but let me show you my Sylvanas. And I like the counter
Pink
pickup.
Blackout was my nickname when I got a little bit too inebriated while drinking Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, I was gonna say that was my wrestling name. But the Brightwing. Okay, so I definitely like this draft coming out from the side of Puns Upon a Time here. Going ahead and taking the Sonya away, and then Brightwing will be that pseudo global. Will be able to polymorph any sort of dive that TRSG Knight wants to run here. So I have seen them play Taunt Varian. Diablo is really good on this particular map. He's still available. But then we will see the Jaina ban. So just really targeting the mage player. Which I'd assume would be Pet Wolverine.
I like the Sonya steal by Barber, taking one of those weapons away from TRSG Knights, saying, "All right, we've seen what you can do with it. We're not going to ban it. We're just going to take it."
Absolutely, and there is that Johanna ban. So Diablo is still up and available. So let's see if Selim does play the Diablo ETC, Muradin. Still some options up there. Thana does take the Malthael, so we're just seeing offlaners are going to go ahead and swap sides here. And then we do have Lucio again.
Some little speed up, a little faster rotations. It's a very large map and it's very bushy. Watch out, it's the map from the 70s.
Okay, so picking the Mal'Ganis into the Lucio may be a little rough here. The Boop will be able to disengage any sort of sleep coming out from the Mal'Ganis. ETC is still available. That's another hard counter with the Boops onto that Mal'Ganis as well. But it's going to be Gare Bear going to get locked up in the last pick coming out from the side of TRSG Knights. But the lockdown, the follow-up lockdown, isn't really there, I guess, outside of maybe like a task wall.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Tassadar not necessarily on the front line, and so I was interested to see what TRSG Knights were doing, if they were doing a dive comp or if they're doing kind of a hang back. And so you have two elements of kind of Tassadar hanging back, but then you have Malthael and Garrosh ready to go in, and then you have Lucio who can speed you up and turn that into an actual everybody's now able to dive and chase you down and put walls in front of your faces. I think Puns Upon a Time needs to blow up the heroes on TRSG Knights before they fight so long that they have to start running, because you can't run from Lucio.
Right, and they picked the Gul'dan, which is Lucio's good into the poison damage, but again, Leap Sonya, Tassadar is an extremely immobile hero. Now Lucio can help him be a little bit mobile, but Sonya will be able to leap on that backline and spin to win outside of maybe Boops, but the Garrosh stun.
Yes, Little Butt Mobile. That was one of my rear cell phone companies that never took off.
I was going to say that was my first phone company. But as as we get into the game here on the left-hand side for Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights, we have Selim on Gearbear. We have Pink Blackout. Going to go ahead and take that Tassadar this time. Cherry Glue on the Lucio. Howlin' Knight. Love that synergy there with the Snowflake on that Sonya. And Thana matching on the Snowflake. Love it. Love to see it on that Malthael.
All right. And on the right-hand side, we have Funds Upon a Time with Lulu playing Brightwing. Muffin Man making some delicious pastries on Tychus. Barber putting everyone in the chair on Sonya. Pet Wolverine, it's got a collar, but still got claws, playing Gul'dan. And Jugger Rob going to be juggling the enemy on Mal'Ganis.
Absolutely. What kind of pastries do you think Tychus makes?
I think he makes... I'll have to think about that. I'll get back to you.
Bear claws, perhaps?
Grenadine something or other. I don't know.
Absolutely. So team's just going to go ahead and clear the waves here. We do see the toss out onto Juggerob, but out comes the Polymorph and the Sleep. Great combo there, but Juggerob does get stunned, loses half the health, but poor Brightwing will be able to fart for a little bit there to keep him alive.
That's right. You actually heal a little bit more if you stand behind Brightwing when that dust goes off.
Look at it. That's where it is. That's where it is.
That's where the soothing mist really comes from.
Yeah, look at it. I'm going to zoom in here for everybody. Look at this. It looks like Lulu. There you go. Good job, Lulu. But it just comes in right there.
It's like my Snapchat filters. Look at all these sparkles.
Yep. Nod your head. Raise your eyebrows. Open your mouth. Like Snapchat. Jeez. Take me to dinner first.
All right. What's the timestamp? All right. I will fix this later. Very good.
Love you, Wheatus. So the gank attempt was unsuccessful there up in the top lane. We do have Pawns Upon a Time going to rotate down here into the mid lane. Going to finish clearing up that. So first camp going over to the side of TRSG Knights. Taking their Bruiser camp. I like that call since objective will spawn bottom here first. Muffin Man is going to rotate down onto Howlin' Knight here. But we do see Pink Blackout going to rotate up here, get these Giants pushing in lane and forcing Sonya to stay up top for the first objective.
Sensei Jean says pound cakes or cornbread coming out from Tychus.
Actually played snare drum for pound cakes and cornbread in high school.
Love it.
All right, so...
It's a marching band, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Hung Fu in the chat saying go puns, let's go. So the Polymorph is going to come out. An amazing wave clear coming out from Pet Wolverine on this Gul'dan. Selim finds himself a little low, but we'll be able to make quick work of this. Taking up here in the top part of the off lane, just both teams trading really well into each other. I like this call. Both heroes want to trade into the enemy's lane. They're kind of ignoring each other until this point when we start talking about it, but... So taking a look here, camp is going to go ahead and go down, so Sony can rotate here, but the positioning is in favor of TRSG Knights. So we may see just the first one going to go ahead and... Oh, actually, he delayed capped it. That's my fault.
Here's the channel. It's going in. I don't think there's going to be really quite any poke here. Muffin Man maybe not going to be able to get a grenade in there either.
In comes, the sleep. From Juggerob. Lulu is going to be able to hyper shift in here. Juggerob trying to tank as much as possible. They will get out. Juggerob finds himself awfully well, but great job by Lulu there.
Yeah, and getting some good camp pressure up in the top hand lane, but Barber is there to stop that from happening. Got to clean that up a little bit, keep your Sonya split up a little bit, and keep them pushed out on the map. Thana coming back up though, and is going to kind of regain this 1v1 in the top end lane. Swap heroes, as Sensei Jean says, and seeing if they can do as well as they did the game before.
Yep, they know the matchup well. Like I said, watching these two trade up here in the top lane. But this is the build that I do see Barber on. That's my preferred build. Like Slam build's okay, but I like the blow up build. Healing on the auto attacks means she's going to end up being the camper most often than not. Shot of Fury and then the Poison Spear. So leap build definitely works in that. Going to be able to leap on that back line and remove them a lot faster than Lucio is going to be able to heal.
Barber going to get out of dodge into the top hand lane. Looks like Thana is getting a better piece of that as we do have to be spawning and everyone gathering around it down here in the bottom. taking some damage from Gul'dan, getting a little poison there. Lulu comes in to try to get something to happen here and does get tossed. Is getting very, very low and will go down. Just going to play more off at the end, but it won't be enough. And I don't think that Punch Upon a Time can stay here and challenge us any longer. This is going to be the second tribute collected. We need the 3 to get that curse going.
Yeah, absolutely. So now I think the boss play is going to be in play for the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights. They do have 2 of the channels. We do take it up here. These 2 trading it out again. Barber getting the jump onto Thana here, but Malthael is going to rotate in here. Going to go ahead and get that. And as I'm looking up there, we do see Sylvanas going to go ahead and get ganked, but maybe not for nothing. The toss onto Lulu. She will be able to heal, but the chase is on the slow as there. And out comes the toss on chair. Lulu gets a steal a kill. Lulu gets behind the wall at sub 150 health. And in comes Muffin Man to try and pressure the health pool of TRSG Knights. And I like that trade.
Yeah, it was a great gank by Joker Rob, hiding in the bush, waiting to dive onto Sylvanas, and then getting the stun and the sleep, and then getting all that damage coming out from Pet Wolverine, even behind the gate.
Yep, absolutely.
It's good stuff.
So we do see Gul'dan going to go ahead and slowly take this camp here a little bit. Not the fastest wave clear, or I'm sorry, camp taker in the game, but I like the timing on this. Well done.
So a lot of teams think, all right, if they're going to get the 3rd one, we have to go to this one. You don't always, but 10s are on the side of Puns Upon a Time shortly. They try to pick an engage before this tribute starts to get channeled, and here they go. 10's now online for both teams.
All right, so we do see Wrath of the Berserker, but we do see Gary just get completely annihilated there in that engage. They will go ahead and peel back, and the first tribute going to be channeled on the side of Ponce Upon a Time. Well done.
Yeah, and immediately hopping off of the channel after they get it, and then they're going to take their boss, which I think is a very good play. They do have a 5v4 on the map right now, so they shouldn't be too worried about getting an invade. And, maybe not starting the boss on TRSG Knights quite yet. They want to go and pick up their Bruiser camp first.
Absolutely. So Barber does have most of the boss shred, but they will rotate down here to continue to catch some of the soak. The stun is going to come out from Selim, but not going to be able to connect onto Sonya there. So that boss is up and taken out. Do we see them going to go ahead and just try and get double boss play?
Like it. I think we're going to see double bosses.
Okay, so the camp did give it away. We do see the teams collide. Oh, the Horrify does come out, and Glue does sneak his way out of there. So Horrify is a great boss defensive cooldown. Did get wasted there. Boss still pushing up here in the top lane, just wailing away all by himself.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time, even if they just posture and prevent, Pet Wolverine getting very, very low. Here comes the mind control, and it will be enough with the taunt to blow up Lulu. Pet Wolverine still, though, has to back. Where comes the beam? Oh, nice connection from Pink Blackout. Gul'dan's blacked out back at base. Nice play there by TRSG Knights. But look at this value in the top hand lane that this boss is getting. It's taken down almost, a majority of this top fort.
Yeah, even with the Siege Giants, so, I mean, they get a fort. We'll see the channel going over to, the first curse going over to the side of TRSG Knights. So let's see what they get done with this particular, so at least the middle fort is going to go down here. So not a bad trade for the side of Puns Upon a Time with that boss call. So we'll be close to a one-for-one in structures, but can't, the Giants are still healthy up here. So we may see part of the fort, and then now keep wall. Great Tassadar wall coming out to kind of just put the side of Puns Upon a Time on their back foot. But in comes the sleep out on it to that Garrosh. Does pop the unstoppable there, but will connect from the taunt is going to come out onto 2 members. The toss is going to come out onto Barber there. Does get blown up. We do see the ult going to get popped by Juggerob there, and that is a 2-for-1 trade in favor of TRSG Knights. Out comes the sleep again. Thana is living on the back line, trying to take down Muffin Man. Great body blocks from Thana here as well. And with the curse, these keeps really do no damage at all whatsoever. Oh no, Muffin Man stopped to try and get some extra damage in there, and Thana does jump underneath that core. Pinks are coming out. They want a piece of this keep as well. 4 members are down. Sonya is up now, and Brightwing is up here as well. They still have this camp pushing. The curse is over. I thought they were going to maybe try and end there, but what a first curse there. They ended up getting 2 forts, 3 forts, and a keep.
Yeah, and that would be the end of the game if we were later in, but with the very, very short respawn timers, TRSG Knights decide to drop back, take their boss, slow play it a little bit longer, but really a great play there. Got some huge picks and insane value on the map.
Yeah, absolutely. And making quick work of this boss, will be shoving down here, looking to take another keep. And they see Juggernaut is going to go ahead and take this. So they know the rest of the team is close by. 13's now online, so even talent here. So Team Rainbow Shall Go needs to be careful.
Even talent cheers for now, but they are close to 16, less than a level to go. Stellium doing a good job of hanging out in that vision, make sure that nothing happens. I wouldn't want to step up to that bush. I know I'd be getting tossed right behind it. And the siege continues. It lines up right with this boss. Horrify comes out, put to sleep. Polymorph as well. But there it is, the sound barrier, keeping Stellium alive for a little bit longer. Taunt coming out, but I don't know. Very low on both sides. Down goes Garage, down goes Melganis, down goes Brightwing. It's a 2-for-1 special favoring TRSG Go.
Oh, right. Down goes Barber with the last rights there. And this boss is pretty healthy, but needs to make its way through the keep. We do see Odin go down, but both damage dealers are up and can shred this boss pretty well. So I think they lose the keep, but they don't lose the game here. And down 16s, Once Upon a Time isn't out of it yet. I mean, they can go ahead and at least give the next two channels. Really does nothing for the side of TRSG Knights. Just kind of catch Soak safely and just try and get back in this game.
Yeah, and that's going to create so much pressure in the mid lane, in the bottom lane, having no forts, no keeps. This is going to be cleanup central for Puns Upon a Time. They are going to have to all be wearing their PPE when they clear all these lanes, because they are going to be doing it for a while. They got to find picks on the enemy team so that they can actually get some relief in those lanes and maybe take something from TRSG Knights. But they are still down a talent tier.
Yep, no 16s, and the top boss, we do see TRSG Knights rotating on that, is up in 15 seconds. So can they get 16s and contest this boss? So they're going to see Garrosh on the wave. I think they know that they are going to go ahead and maybe try and rip boss. They're prepping this wave ahead of time. We do see the Giants going to get picked up by Thana, so that will be pushing in this wave as well. So they may have their sights set at maybe just potentially just ending the game with this boss. Sylvanas does shut it down with the set of black arrows. Out comes the Archon, and the sleep coming out from Juggernaut, jumping in on the backline. In comes Lulu with that hyper shift, trying to get the polymorph out. The stun coming out onto Blackout. 16's now online, and down goes Tassadar. Does get caught in between all members up Once Upon a Time. Selim does find himself low, is going to be able to heal himself with that W. Out comes the beat chop as well, but the spin to win is going to be Barble, and Garrosh, right before the polymorph, does yeet Barber out of harm's way.
Taking a lot of damage on their top keep, but they do get that kill, so maybe that can either set up some more kills, but they gotta be careful because they have camps walking on their core. Good.
Yep, this is just an absolute delay here. We do see Muffin Man is going to be walking around with the last rights. Down they go. Thana finds himself kind of poisoned and needs to be topped off. And then Chair Glue with that spot on E channel there. But as you said, Core did lose the shielding, sitting at 93% health. But they will be okay. I don't think they have to worry about this one. The Giants is pushing up here in the top lane, so the chase is on. They're going to go ahead and capture this second one as well, putting themselves in a decent position. Out comes the polymorph to disengage. Let Pat Wolverine go ahead and finish this channel. So we are still down Garrosh. I think they make the play for the boss and maybe try and get a keep of their own here.
Yeah, losing 35% of the core and also bringing their top keep almost down to the ground. You know, the chase, you got to take the fights when you can get them, but, you know, that's the advantage that TRSG Knights have right now is force you to fight, you'll lose in other lanes.
Unfortunately, even with Malthael, like if they had any other bruiser, I think they have at least a presence of a front line here, but Malthael really can't do it. So they're just going to have to like just maybe delay this if at all possible. Horrify is up for any sort of disengage, but Juggernaut is going to go ahead and stun the Thana. It's going to sleep 4 members and counting of the side of TRSG Knights. We do see Odin get popped. Juggernaut will give their life. Mind Control comes out, but they do get the boss, but out comes the taunt, and they are fighting underneath this. Out comes the Fear as well to separate the side of TRSG Knights, but Muffin Man finds finds himself in the back line, and down he goes. And it's a 2-for-0 trade. They did get the boss, but this may be game as we see Winians marching on court in the bot. We see 6 catapults already starting to chunk this down, and it rotates TRSG Knights. Pre-20s wants to end this game. The toss and the taunt coming out onto Lulu. Down she goes. Gigi's is going to get called. Howlin' Knight is on the core, and that will be game 2-0 in favor of Team Rainbow Strike. Go Knights.
GG's, well played. Yeah, I tripped you up. TRSG go Knights.
Yeah.
Like, what? What you talk about, Willis?
Yeah, absolutely. So, take a look at these stats. Thana out here stunting, getting all the stats for the team there. Well played on the mouthfeel there.
Yeah, Div D, watch out. Take some notes. I can see, maybe that made sense for why Puns Upon a Time, taking the mouthfeel in the first game, maybe to take that away from Thana. But really, these offlaners for both these teams doing amazing work on Sonya and mouthfeel, swapped on both teams. It's very, very well played.
Am I muted? No. All right. So yeah, absolutely. So like I said, mouthfeel. Hello, is this thing on?
Hi, Dax.
So, but yeah, no. So swapping that. I mean, I like to pick up the draft strategy of taking something that maybe someone's comfortable on, and it just worked out that Thana can play mouthfeel as well. But catching up in the soak. But Barber not too far behind on that particular. That build and the soaking on a large 3-lane map where double soaking isn't necessarily feasible. You can do it, but it is really hard. But the damage coming out, Kul'Dan able to pump out an insane amount of damage. Just unfortunately, Lucio healing into poison damage kind of negates a majority of that. And 14 kills to 6. I think that may have just been the issue. And then just great drafting and banning coming out from the side of TRSG Knights. Gonna go ahead and just ban out, I would assume, most of Pet Wolverine's hero pool there.
Yeah, and getting the first curse, getting so much value on the first curse, so many forts, and even getting that keep. They really started setting TRSG Knights up for running the map, picking up all the camps, having pressure everywhere, and making Puns Upon a Time really have to make hard decisions that are both basically lose-lose. Do we go and defend and lose out on the objective, or do we go to the objective and lose even more in our lanes? That advantage was held by TRSG Knights, and they just created so much pressure towards the end of the game that it's uncontainable.
All right, absolutely. So anything else in the stats and talents? It looks like we will have an interview. Hunter is ready. I don't want to keep the lady waiting. But taking a look at the talents here, this is the typical mouthfeel build that you do normally see. The Unstoppable at 13, Q build for the self-sustain. I love Touch of Death is going to be able to negate any of that Brightwing healing. A pseudo Anna or a pseudo Deckard Emerald, but the particular target in Brightwing's Hypershift is very telegraphed, so you can see that. You can pop that on the front line, any healer that she's trying to Hypershift on. So love that pickup by Touch of Death at 7 by mouthfeel there. But other than that, just well fought game between both these teams. Unfortunately, they both fell to the way of the Knights.
Yeah, it was well played. Can't wait to ask some questions.
All right, absolutely. So I'll jump back to our beautiful face for the time being. Everyone can see you, and then we'll jump into the Discord here and get some questions.
Take a good look. You're never gonna see it again. Alexa, turn on party time.
A bummer. Now you're having a solo party, and we can't even be there. All right, casting lobby number 1. Hello, congratulations, and GG's well played. How are you guys feeling?
Pretty good. It was great to have a rematch.
A rematch, you say?
Yeah, Puns Upon a Time and Clouded Minds are the only ones that were in last season for us.
Okay, gotcha.
Those are our 2 that we've been looking forward to. The Clouded Minds coming up soon too. So these are the 2 we're waiting for. We've been waiting on. So it's nice to have our rematch.
Fair, absolutely.
From season to season, recognizing the friends that you've played before, and getting a chance to play again. Always a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely, and then that's kind of develops the fun storylines, and then like you said, the friendly rivalries. But no, yeah, love to see it here. So, Weenus, do you have any questions to kick us off?
I do. So, my first question is going to be for Howling Knights. Who do you think is Dax's love interest in the Nexus?
You mean like character-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure I'm understanding that you're not just making me try to guess a player or something.
It's Weenus.
no.
It's Weenus.
What is his favorite co-caster that goes by Weenus? What do you think that one is? No, who do you think he has a love interest of these heroes? Which one do you think he is in love with?
The poor lass.
I'll give you a hint. It's not Stitches or Murky. I'll just cross those off the list.
Thanks, that helps so much. I'm gonna just say a random one, I guess, because I don't really have any idea at all. We're gonna go with Sonya.
Sure. Oh,
I'm in love with Kerrigan.
it is Kerrigan, but Sonya is
okay.
a very, very
That's a close
yes.
second. That's a close second for sure.
And speaking of Sonya, tell us about your Sonya strat game number 1.
We saw that they like to play it, and Thana was like, "Oh, I could take it. I can double soak with it. I'd be comfortable to do that." And that was just sort of the thought that went into that one, as far as I'm aware.
And was it always going to be Leap, 100% of the time, like locked and loaded from draft, or did that something develop as the game went?
I think Leap was sort of assumed from draft.
Awesome. Well, we got to get major props to Thana for setting up some of those excellent engages.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess on a particular map, just Towers of Doom, normally that's kind of like it's known as a comeback map. Just,
Towers
where you
of
guys,
Comebacks. Yeah.
yeah. So just not normally seen as a first map pick kind of game. Like, did you guys have a strategy?
We saw they didn't do very well. They were
Okay.
2-5 before tonight, across the season and last, and we were like, oh well, like, why don't we add to that? We added to that.
Yep, absolutely. But I mean, I guess I'm curious on the comms. Like, you guys lost that one team fight in the bottom. They were able to take your bell tower there and able to get, I think, the next 3 or 4 channels there. Just curious on how you guys' comms went, because you played it really well and came back and ended up getting that last channel, especially you on that clencher of a channel there up top.
Yeah. That was a little tricky because at first we were slipping. We were like, oh, they took our thing. Okay, we're gonna try to take this team fight. Maybe get a pick. Maybe keep them down here. And then that didn't work. So we were like, all right, we'll let them have all 3. We'll give up some of the lead and we'll backtrack. We'll catch ourselves and refocus. It worked out. It's basically what we actually ended up doing.
All right. Well, it worked out wonderfully. You guys took game number 1 and then opted for map pick, or like I said, I guess you guys got map pick. They opted for first pick there and went to Cursed Hollow. So another one of those strategies where you just saw that they weren't that great on that map, or do you guys want to just make sure you can try to macro them?
It was strangely absent last season. So last season their map bans were Infernal and Cursed Hollow, and we were like, huh, strange. But this season we were seeing they were Guardian of Terror and Spooter Butts.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, okay, we can count on those 2 being out.
Mm-hmm.
And when they gave us back another map, so we kind of picked between Infernal and Cursed Hollow.
Fair.
We were like, Cursed is sort of like Garden. Sorta.
yeah. I mean, they're both very similar. Just a little bit more camps on the side of the Garden, just less bosses. But no, you guys played it very well. You got an immense amount of value on that first curse. You got keep. I mean, did you guys make the call to try and end there, or you just wanted to get as much as you could and then back out?
Sorry, can you ask that again?
Nope,
that was
nope.
A lot of words and I got lost.
So you guys got a ton of value on the first curse. The first on that you got all the way up through the keep.
Yeah.
So just were you guys looking to end there? Was the call to end?
No, we weren't looking to end. We were looking to get the keep and keep pressure there, and then maybe get some picks. But we weren't looking to end just yet.
Fair. I mean, I know Weenus did mention the timers on the death timers pre-16s there, so just well done, good call, not sticking around too long. Weenus, any other questions for this young lady before we let her go celebrate with her team?
Yeah, one last question, and this is of course related to the game, but not specific to the game. And it came up during the match though, and it's what Muffin Man playing Tychus. Then the question came up about Tychus as a hero. And if Tychus was going to make some kind of a pastry, what would it be? Any kind of baked good, really. It could be anything. What do you think that would be?
Man, you're giving me lots of tough questions tonight, Venus. Is this payback for that time that I beat you up in Storm League? Is that what this is for?
No,
Yes,
yes,
it is.
A much larger revenge plan than this. This is just.
It's the long con.
If I don't know what the question's going to be.
Is this one for then calling you out for slacking and not telling Dax that we picked the map?
Oh no, that's just me not knowing how to be a good co-caster.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I really want to know.
I'm just checking. You're giving me some difficult questions. I want to be sure this isn't payback for something.
No, I'm just really trying to pick your brain about the pastries that Tychus might create.
So while she thinks, I'll stall here, but we did see Thana in the chat saying beefcake would be an option for Tychus. So
wait, does it count as a pastry?
I mean, mincemeat pie, right?
We'll make it any baked good.
Okay, well then, yeah, that would make sense. We'll go with that.
All right. Nailed it. Phone a friend, polling the audience. Yeah, she's using all the lifelines on that particular question.
Would you like to phone a friend?
Yeah, basically, one of my assistant captains just came through. That's all.
Listen, you nailed that co-captain. That's it. They can spot you on those tough questions. But all right. So before we let you go, any shout-outs, Hunter? Before we let you go to celebrate with your team.
Thank you for casting. So shout out to both of you. I am looking forward to rewatching this video later.
All of the questions will make sense at then once you watch.
I sure hope so.
All the questions will make sense.
I'm still gonna feel really silly regardless. And shout out to Salem for making time to be able to fill in for us today. The squirrels did not just attack poor Lulu tonight. They got Charlemagne as well, our tank. So shout out to Salem for filling for us, and he's probably gonna be filling for us tomorrow too.
Oh my goodness. You guys got the back to
yeah,
back.
those evil squirrels and sharks, I'm telling you. Big problems, them.
Yeah, unfortunately the weather in the current state of the world is just pretty awful for all of our internets. So just hopefully everybody's safe out there. And no, just again, congrats and GG's to you guys on the well-played game. And then looking forward to, hopefully meeting you guys in the Nexus again shortly, maybe into some playoff action. But no, you guys are a blast to watch. Yeah, you guys are a blast to watch, and wish you well in your match tomorrow.
Yeah, we managed to keep our undefeated tonight.
There we go.
Fingers crossed for tomorrow.
There we go. Now, who do you guys play? Who do you guys play tomorrow?
I just need to double check that because that's a great question.
Just curious. Okay, so
tomorrow.
it is. Okay, so this. I was gonna say, is that the fiery Clouded Minds matchup?
No,
I believe you're
that
both.
one is Monday.
Ooh, okay. Well, everyone just call off work, whatever you're doing. That's gonna be the one to watch. But all right, so we will let you go. I will call Venus back here, but again, GG's to you and your team. I see most of them here in the chat. Well played, everyone, standing out, and just good games over.
GG's.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Stay safe, everyone.
You too. See ya.
You too. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. So we will call the Master Venus back and let him talk about whatever in the world he wants to talk about. And there is his lovely face, Venus, the most handsomest boy in the Nexus.
Now that we're out of the interview, the correct answer for what kind of pastry does Tychus make is Odin meal and raisin cookies.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, Odin meal. Like oatmeal. That's it.
Sure.
Is it?
No.
All right.
But all right, Venus. Well, that will conclude our matchup here this evening. If the people don't know who you are or where they can find you, would you mind telling them so they can enjoy even more of your soundboard and fantastic casting?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just hang out in NGS. I cast some matches, but I like to hang out with the community and the people in it. Meet wonderful people like the man, the myth, the legend, Dax himself. But you can find me sometimes on Twitch, casting some games or doing silly stuff, twitch.tv/moistweenus, and on Twitter @moistweenus. I usually just post pictures of my dog or beef jerky that I ate all of and now I'm upset about. But thanks for having me so much. Always a pleasure to be on a tax cast.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just hard these days trying to line up to stuff. I'm a filthy East Coaster, and then when I'm trying to head to bed, most days you are kind of just getting off of work. So, but no, it's always a pleasure having you here, whether it's on your channel or mine. But no, I absolutely love my time with you, friend. But then I guess for me, you found your way here. I am Dax. Dax_Hots is the Twitter as well. You can follow me there. I post memes and do cast some NGS quite a bit. I don't really stream solo play or any practice. I should probably stream more, but I don't. But again, I appreciate everybody here. Thank you for the raids, everybody. Weenus with the gifted subs, sir. You are far too kind. Everybody that got a sub here tonight, enjoy your Dax lols and your black hearts. Ode to Blizzard. Enjoy your Deckard potions as well. But yeah, I love you guys all. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time. And we'll send you over to Bankai. Looks like he's got some more NGS action. I'm sorry, not Bankai, but Icex with some more NGS.
Spicy.
Yeah, some NGS.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Ooh,
Spicy.
And on that note, we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.